Welcome back. The path to home ownership is looking different for many Americans, with first-time buyers purchasing later in life. More people are searching for properties that could also generate income. Lance Groth is the CEO of tax real estate company Growth 1031. He joins us now with advice for viewers in the new age of home ownership. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So why are first-time home buyers averaging 40 years or older?
Uh, in short, things are a lot more expensive. It's taking them a lot more time to accumulate the capital to purchase homes. And also money is a lot more expensive. We're still at very high interest rates, but in short, things are a lot more expensive. So people are taking a lot more time to accumulate the capital. There's been a deep rise in the cost of things, but there hasn't been a big rise in, the income and employee pay.
So people are getting creative. I'm hearing about this thing called hybrid home ownership. What does that mean?
That is a fun way to make sure that when you purchase this home, you can have a rental as part of your home. So people will now, instead of buying just a singular unit, they'll purchase a multi-unit, maybe 50-50. One side you live on, the other side you rent out, and the portion that you rent out will typically pay for the mortgage for the entire building. So people are getting very creative in the ways of purchasing their homes these days.
So how do you know if this is the way that you should go, if it's a good investment, rather than just jumping in sort of blind? How do you know that this is the right course for you?
It depends on a number of things. I always stress to people, one, you can utilize, things like AI to help you make that investment, help you make those decisions based on what you're looking for. But if you're looking for things in terms of, okay, is this a good investment property for me? You're going to utilize tools to see, okay, if I do put down this capital, what are the signals that will show that this capital will return? Will this capital grow? So it depends on what the homeowner is looking for. If they're going for an investment, or they're going for it as their kind of home, they're going to want to look for, all right, well, what's the quality of life in this area? What's the projections in this area? So it really depends on the actual homeowner and what they're looking for in that particular situation.
And so are there any particular states or areas that would work best for this hybrid home ownership and others to stay away from?
Well, of course, you got Miami. They've been holding up a sign that says, come, we have absolutely no regulations. Don't worry about it. Come on down. But there's multiple states. You're looking at, ever since post-COVID, there's just been a mass migration from people away from more densely populated cities like California and New York, where they're extremely populated. So for things, especially like kind of the purchasing homes where you have the hybrid situations, you're looking at places like Atlanta, Texas, Miami, where they're kind of very more open to things where, hey, have the home, have the investment, commingle them, and you don't kind of have to worry about a lot of rules and restrictions.
Lance, if you had to bottom line it for us in our last 30 seconds here, what is the bottom line when it comes to home ownership, buying later in life, hybrid home ownership? Is there a tagline to be had this morning?
Things are a lot tougher. That is the tagline. I will always stress that. Things are a lot more difficult. There still is that issue of inflation. Everyone is feeling that pressure, in their pockets, whether they're just purchasing drinks, car, insurance. Things are a lot tougher. So people have to kind of get used to the idea that they have to be a lot more strategic when they're purchasing their home. Things cost a lot more. So you have to figure out what do you do with the capital that you do have? So to people, I always stress, utilize every tool you have. Do the research. Be sure you really put your effort in when you're purchasing these homes. Don't just leave it to the real estate agent. Join in the process of the research, the engagement, the negotiations. Things are a lot tougher, and there's not a clear sight as to when there's going to be some relief. So the tagline is things are a lot tougher, and they're not going anywhere for some time.
All right, that's Lance Groth. He is the CEO of Growth 1031. Information there on your screen along with his social media handles. We thank you so much for your insight this morning. We'll have to have you back to keep talking about this ever-changing housing market. Appreciate you.
Thank you.